What's up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by Galadon Gaming, Clash Royale, and unlimited 3 crowns for everyone, or at least for Silent Avenger from Full Attack. He reports getting 3 crown wins every single time using this deck and this strategy. So we're going to take a look at some of these replays and see what it is he's doing right with his Inferno Dragon. So obviously it is a primarily air-based deck. He's got the Lava Hound, the Mega Minion, Minions, and of course the Inferno Dragon. And again, now I've talked about this in recent episodes. I feel like a lot of it is simply adjustment. Players who are not used to seeing the Inferno Dragon and maybe just starting to get comfortable with countering and dealing with a Mega Minion, and now you throw in the Inferno Dragon on top of it, and people just aren't ready. They're not dealing with it properly, and maybe a little bit of luck, and a little bit of, the opponent not doing so well to counter anything. And there you go. There's a tower. 1 crown lead for Silent Avenger. He didn't even need the Inferno Dragon right there. But again, it's the same fundamental that we've seen over and over again. It is a big tank-style unit to distract the tower, and then smaller units to do the majority of the damage, whether it be a giant and goblins, or maybe it's a Lava Hound and minions like we saw there, or it could be a miner and other units, anything that is going to grab the attention, focus the tower so that the other units can survive that are in such low hit point range that they're going to get one-shotted or two-shotted by the tower like minions. And obviously Silent did it right there. The opponent not ready, not able to counter it. And I've been on the receiving end of that type of spanking a few times myself, so I got to admit, it happens. Now Silent already with a big lead. He's got that tower down, but he's not done, and we haven't yet seen his Inferno Dragon in action. Now also, he's brought an unusual spell arrangement, poison and a lightning spell, so he is ready for just about anything. The poison spell, I gotta say, it's definitely in need of a nerf, in my opinion. I would like to see the poison spell have a slightly shorter duration and also a smaller radius. I feel like the radius is almost certainly going to shrink. It's going to be more like a freeze spell. I haven't heard anything about this yet, but it just seems to make sense. Now right there, the Inferno Dragon and the Mega Minion chasing that Valkyrie back, and that actually works out to Silent's advantage. He's able to drop a second Inferno Dragon down, and they're going to melt through everything. There they go again, getting turned around by the Valkyrie, trying to chase after it. Another Mega Minion down, and this time they turn around again, back for the King's Tower. And this is just happening again and again until finally Silent's units are going to get through everything on the ground, move in, close in on the tower. There it is, double Inferno streams, it's double dragon damage. And you guessed it, causing devastation. Okay, so Silent Avenger with one of his many 3 crown wins. Let's get right back into another one. He was posting these one after the other in chat. So many. He had actually said that he had nothing but 3 crown wins at the point that he started sharing these. Since he had employed this deck, every single battle had resulted in a 3 crown win. So now I'm guessing it's probably not going on forever. There is an end to everything, like I always say, but as of the recording of these replays, Silent had never had anything but a 3 crown win be the outcome of using this deck. Now right here in the right lane is what I really expected to see more of the Inferno Dragon once it was released. It seems like an ideal defensive card for burning down tanks, but right here it doesn't work out so well, and Silent is the first to have a tower go down. Now on that left lane, obviously he's made good ground. He hasn't quite gotten it down, but his opponent doing much better than the first replay in countering that push with the Lava Hound. Now right here, you'll notice that Silent is going with a counter push down the right lane because he had that Inferno Dragon that was already at full health. Now it didn't work out so well. In fact, nobody is going to get to the tower, and not even a single strike from the Knight, and that goes down. On the right-hand side, Splatoony is elixir collecting as well, making things even more difficult for Silent. And now pushing down the opposite lane right here. It just doesn't look good, honestly. It looks like Silent has a minute 30 to try to put something together. Here comes the counter to try to stop that giant. Inferno Dragon this time does lock onto the giant right away. That's going to work out. Giant gets melted. And the prince gets through to the tower, but does get taken out, but not before getting the tower down to about 1,000. And if we were to pause things right here and take bets, I'm guessing most everybody would be betting on Splatoony to come out ahead with only a minute left. And Splatoony elixir collecting and unobstructed elixir collecting, meaning Silent hasn't been using lightning or poison on those collectors, so he's definitely at a disadvantage. And once again though, here comes that Lava Hound, followed up by the Mega Minion, and this time here comes the Inferno Dragon. It's the Air Trifecta. Oh, I like that. The Air Trifecta, the Inferno Dragon, Mega Minion, and Lava Hound moving in, and this time poison spells from both players. Big, giant confrontation on the bridge. The defensive Mega Minion going to work on the Lava Hound. The Lava Hound's gotten to the tower. Another giant coming from that center deployment. Doesn't look good. Now both towers go down almost simultaneously, but check out Silent, the only one with troops still up after both towers fall. And yes, suddenly from a huge disadvantage to 2 Inferno towers on the King's Tower, and instantly, talk about reversal of fortune, from way behind to a big 3-crown win. Silent Avenger grabs that one unexpectedly, and definitely a rage-inducing end for his opponent. But wait, there's more. Here it comes, another use of the same deck at challenge or tournament level, and this time facing a Sparky user, Julian from Thug Puppies. Thug Puppies, they sound tough. They sound tough, and I'm definitely not happy about seeing a Sparky when I see it, but Silent not worried. He's going to start his Lava Hound push from the left side anyway, and get ready with the minions to try to counter that Sparky. He's got the Mega Minion as well, and the Witches in there to try to protect Sparky, as the Giant is as well. And check out Sparky, it looks like it's going to get a shot off on the tower, and no! Discharges on the single elixir Ice Spirit. Zap Spell finishes off the minions, but it's too late. Sparky never gets there. Instead, the Giant does. In the meantime, the Lava Hound has gotten to the opposing tower, and a Lava Hound much more dangerous than a Giant. The Giant goes down, but the Hound has those pups. Here they come all over the place any second, but we are going to freeze the frame right here and check it out. Now, obviously, the threat seems to be on the left-hand side, the opponent having dropped a miner over there to try to defend, but check out the right lane. Very quietly tiptoeing up to the tower is the Knight, and the Knight is tanking for, yes, the Inferno Dragon, and all sorts of damage on the left lane, but it's the right tower that just gets vaporized by the Inferno Dragon and the Knight combination. So just tons of damage, almost a double tower kill simultaneously. Silent just about takes down that left tower, and we are going to go to the slow motion replay in just a moment, because one of my favorite things is about to happen, and that is, oh baby, a triple. Yes, the beautiful lightning spell. Here it comes. King's Tower, Elixir Collector, left tower. Beautiful 1, 2, 3 in order. And yes, it leaves his opponent in tears, as suddenly Silent has a 2-0 lead and prevented his opponent from collecting any sort of profit from that elixir pump. So with such a huge lead, it is absolutely demoralizing, but Julian knows with a Sparky Giant deck, there's always that potential to come back and win it with a 3-crown win. So he hasn't given up yet, but you know he's got to be demoralized when he sees yet another Lava Hound moving in on a badly damaged King's Tower. He spent all of his elixir down the right lane trying to push with the Giant Sparky for the desperate 3-crown, but it's not going to work. The Inferno Dragon again in there. There's a defensive miner, and whenever you see a miner deployed on defense, you know somebody is in trouble. Silent has lost a tower, but it doesn't matter. You can tell he's pressing for 3. Maybe he wants to keep the streak alive. The Witch is trying to defend. Yet another Lava Hound is coming down. The Inferno Dragon falls, but now too many units converging. And as we go to the final 30 seconds, he reverses. He switches lanes, goes down the right lane this time, and his opponent may be putting together a push, but it is going to be irrelevant as the King's Tower is about to fall. Final 15 seconds. Sparky's not going to get there, and this is going to be another 3-crown win right there. Sparky gets a shot off, almost tying the score, but Silent grabs it 3-1. So there you have it, the 3-crown Inferno Dragon Lava Hound deck. Is it OP? No, it is not, but it is difficult to counter, and Silent definitely getting some good wins in there with it. Thank you guys, as always, for sticking around all the way to the end of this episode. Hashtag Galafam. Love every one of you, and of course, I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks. Galidon, that's so great. Why don't you use it? Hey, Galidon?